should start now. It's 9:05 already. So, Anubhav, I think I'll repeat it once again. What is Porter 5 Forces model? Porter 5 Forces model is basically a particular analysis, or we can say an assessment, through which a particular business can actually plan their strategies. Okay. Now, as we know that whenever you are running your business in the market, you always need to consider that how I can make my business attractive, how I can become a market leader, how I can be, you could say, much more, we can say, keep my business grow and grow on daily basis. Because as we know that there are continuous, you could say, there are a lot of factors which we can say, you could say, direct or indirect factors, controllable and uncontrollable factors, which might affect the business of the company. Okay, and because of those dynamic changes, business may get succeed, or you might face some challenge in the future. So, analysis of all those business attractiveness, the factors which may affect business in the long run, that actually will come under Porter's 5 Forces model. Okay, so it will actually guides you to design the business strategy and to remain competitive in the market. For that purpose, definitely we always use Porter's 5 Forces business strategy. Okay, now the next important point, 5 forces. These are the 5 basic important parameters we have, including the potential entrants, that is called threat of new entrants. Buyer means bargaining power of the buyers. Substitute means threat of substitute. Supplier means bargaining power of supplier. And industry competitors mean rivalry among the existing firms. Okay, and there would be a lot of example, definitely we'll quote again. I think, Anubhav, is it clear what exactly the Porter 5 Forces model? What exactly the purpose behind we discussing this? Anubhav? Yeah, sure. Thank you. So the very first factor we'll discuss now, that is about the threat of new entrants. Now I'll take definitely a very good example over here. Since the launching of Apple in India, you can see that the threat of new entrant, that is Apple, and how because of the entry of Apple, Samsung, Motorola, Nokia, Microsoft, all these different products are basically facing a very severe and very tough competition from the Apple products. Okay. If we talk about few more examples, because there are, whenever we talk about the new entrant, does not mean we're talking on the consideration of the entry and on what ground they are basically become a threat for the existing companies. Okay. We talk about the entry of Jio. I think few years back, Airtel, Idea, Vodafone, Docomo, BSNL are the more prominent brand in India if we talk about. But because of the entry of Jio, you can see the condition right now in India of Jio and where it stands actually. Okay, that is the threat of new entrants. And this is a part I think we discussed already as well. That because whenever we talk about a threat of new entrants, there are basic 6 parameters we have on which a company may become competitive. The first one is economies of scale. What is economies of scale? It is basically more and more you produce, less would be the cost per unit of manufacturing. Second, we have product differentiation. Product differentiation is basically more about how your product is differentiated from your customer. Apple is differentiated from, you could say, Samsung. MACD is different from Maharaja King. Okay, or Burger King, better to say, I think so. How Pizza Hut is different from Domino's. There are some product differentiation in that. Capital requirements. Definitely, when we talk about entry in any particular segment of market, it's not that easy. Like, for example, the example I quoted up, Boeing and Airbus. These are the only two, we can say, the option available in the world to purchase a particular plane or an Airbus, we can say, in the world. Entry into this is, you could say, next to impossible for most of the, say, market players. Customer switching cost. Most important part is that when we're talking about the customer switching cost, whenever a particular customer is preferring a particular product over other brand, what is the cost which they have to pay, or what the cost which they have to bear? For example, let's suppose you are purchasing an insurance from Bajaj Allianz. Switching your insurance to LIC, definitely there would be some cost to inherit to that. Is it that cost profitable? So when a particular customer is switching from one brand to other brand, and if the switching is possible, definitely it may be loss for the existing company because they are losing their potential customers. Access to distribution channel. It's very simple that because whenever you need to become market leader, your distribution should be on time. Availability of the product should be up to the mark. Then only the customer will be able to purchase that and can utilize their shelf life for the future. And government also is very simple because whenever a particular product or service is being launched, we need to keep in mind that government policies or government intervention always play a very, very crucial role in the market. So that is basically all about your threat of new entrants. If any doubt to anyone, any of the points, do let me know. We can discuss, please. Clear, everyone? Shall we move? I think this is the part I think we have done in the last session as well. Anubhav, thank you so much. Let's move to the next slide then. Pranit, difficult to explain all the topics, I think. If you have any specific query, do tell me. I think I'll explain that. Pranit, please. Any specific query, any specific point to discuss? Definitely, I'll go ahead. Okay, fine. So next one, we have the bargaining power of supplier. Now, definitely, when we discuss about the bargaining power of supplier, definitely there are some important perspective which we need to keep in consideration. Okay. Now, bargaining power of supplier basically more associated with the up to what extent the supplier would give the benefit to the company in terms of providing the raw materials, or you could say inputs, input material to the company. Now, you can see that when we discuss about the bargaining power of supplier, we are more associated with how a particular supplier may be a powerful in terms of when you talk about petroleum industry. You need to consider the OPEC country right now. To India, definitely if OPEC country and India does not have a very good relationship, it would be very difficult for the company to survive, to you could say, to go ahead with the petroleum products in India. We talk about defense supply from US, Russia. Definitely, this is the only one. Software industry from US. Okay, because try to understand, guys, because when we discuss about the bargaining power of supplier, Airbus and Boeing, I told you that because these are the very limited brands, and if you have some competitive edge, you could say, having a monopoly, you have oligopoly in the market. In such a cases, you need to keep in mind that suppliers will actually charge a lot if the alternative is not available. If they are, you could say, one of the premium service provider in the world. Okay, we talk about this like previously, if you do remember, when we talk about the payment systems, Maestro, Master, Visa, very limited options we had, especially Visa and Master, I think, and Maestro, all the three. Recently, RuPay card was there, Diners is there. So if you can see that bargaining power of supplier always play a very, very crucial role in the market when it's come to any particular industries we are talking right now. So that is basically the part of your bargaining power of supplier. Example, I told you that petroleum industry, we talk about Boeing industry, we talk about defense industry, software industry. Even there are few types of drugs which the India imports a lot. That is again the bargaining power of supplier. Recently, if you can see that India and Afghanistan not having very good relationship after that Taliban takeover. Okay, because of that, you can see that the prices of dry fruits in India has drastically increased. Same with China as well. Okay, so if the India's dependency is there over supplier, I'm talking about nationally and international as well. If the particular supplier having some sort of monopoly or some sort of, you could say, advantages, because not having this sufficient alternative to the customer or to the country, we can say, then thus a condition, the bargaining power of supplier plays a very, very crucial role in order to define the cost of the industry. Have a look, guys, all the points. Okay, high switching cost, Chandra. Okay. See, high switching cost is basically like, as I told you that previously, let's suppose India is dealing with dry fruit as example I quoted to you. Let's suppose, like, let's take a few more examples, I think so. If I just take fourth point as well. Okay, definitely, I'll do that. Okay, let me explain Chandra's point first of all. High switching cost. For example, let us suppose, Chandra, if you are dealing in a manufacturing industry and you are producing, let us suppose, textile. Okay, you are your textile industry and you are taking cotton, raw cottons from the different, you could say, farmers in India. Okay, let us suppose if the input cost or is on the higher side, farmer is charging much higher money, and if there are only very limited number of suppliers available in the market, switching to one supplier to other will always having, you could say, higher cost components. Okay, so switching cost is basically nothing but when we discuss about in terms of local and international examples as well. Whenever you are purchasing a material from supplier and a supplier has increased their rate, whether that particular negotiation or the lower rate is available in the market or not, switching from one supplier to other supplier is called a switching cost. Same with OPEC countries as well. Same with defense sector as well in India, if we talk about cyber security, we talk about. Lot of examples are there. The agencies, those who are providing the services to India as well. Chandra, clear? Fourth point then from Anubhav. Supplier's product is an important input to buyer's product. Definitely, Chandra, Anubhav, because whatever you could say product which they are supplying, with is it a raw material or we can say any semi-finished good, any software we talk about, any services we talk about, if we are talking about, for example, you are doing one, you could say one very good certification or some good training course from US. Okay, definitely the quality of input depends on your, you could say, result on your industry or in your workplaces. So the supplier product is an important input to buyer's product because ultimately you, let's suppose for example, you are dealing a manufacturing industry and you learned some, you could say, new technique to produce some goods so that you can reduce your wastage in the company. You took the training from the US and the training you are using in your own company in India. So definitely the input of what the supplier has given it to you, that will actually give benefit to you in the workplace as well. That is called the important input to buyer's product. Anubhav. Clear? Perfect. Check. Let's go to the next slide then. The third important point we have, bargaining power of buyer now. Yes, definitely, Chandra. Yes. Because see, somehow you need to switch. Recently, if you talk about defense deal of India, okay, like especially talk about in the pharmaceutical sector, there are so many drugs which we import from China. Okay, so that drugs are importing from China. Is there any other alternative available with us? Definitely, if it is not, the bargaining power of China would be on the higher side. Clear? Chandra. See, sanctions are different, Mr. Galaxy J7 Prime. Sanctions are different actually because we're talking simply right now in a competitive environment, a competitive world, definitely how things can be, you could say, settled down or they can be executed directly. Definitely, Anubhav. Yes, definitely. Because all the input cost, because manufacturing cost is a part of input cost. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's move to the bargaining power of buyer. Again, it's very simple because buyer means those who will give the order to supplier. And definitely, if the alternatives are very, very high, there would be very high competition or there would be very high negotiation from the buyer side as well. Okay, so when we talk about the number of alternatives, we talk about switching cost is very low. We talk about the buyer has the full information, the quality, bargaining power. These all are the basic factor where the now it is opposite to supplier's power actually. Supplier's power actually because buyer if they have the alternative options available, definitely they can take decisions very very easily in the organization. That is called the bargaining power of buyer. Clear? I think everyone. It's very simple. Have a look, please. Guys, make sure these all factors are playing very crucial role and it's come to defining the company's strategies. Okay. Shall we move? If it is clear to everyone. So you can explore a lot on internet, please, because there's a topic which we cannot, I think, discuss in a single class, but you need to explore a lot. Adam, seller means what? Seller means definitely bargaining power of supplier, that is. And seller, if there are multiple sellers are available, definitely bargaining power of buyer would be on the higher side. Okay, Anubhav, thank you.